My name is Eleanor, and I'm 68 years old. This story happened only a few months ago, but it changed how I see myself and what I tolerate. For most of my life, I've been the kind of woman who avoids conflict. I raised 3 children, supported my husband's career, and never asked for much. I believed that being quiet and easygoing made things easier for everyone. But in doing that, I stopped hearing my own voice. After my husband passed away 5 years ago, I moved into a smaller house outside the city. It was quiet and peaceful. I began painting again, something I hadn't done in decades. My days were slow and comforting. And then David entered my life. We met at a local art supply shop. He was charming, funny, and surprisingly attentive. We'd both lost our spouses, so there was an unspoken understanding between us. At first, our coffee meetups were light and friendly. Then they turned into long walks, deep talks, and eventually something more. David was kind, but he had a temper. It didn't show often, but when it did, it was sharp. Sarcastic comments. Passive-aggressive silence. I brushed it off at first, telling myself, he's just stressed. It's nothing. But over time, those nothings piled up. One evening, I invited him over for dinner. I had spent the entire afternoon preparing a recipe from my childhood. He walked in, barely said hello, and immediately pointed out the table was too crowded. Then he complained about the lighting. And when I nervously laughed it off, he said something I'll never forget. "You're just too much sometimes, Eleanor." I froze. That phrase echoed in my mind as he ate in silence. Too much. After all I had been through, raising a family, losing my husband, rebuilding a life, was I now too much for someone? After he left that night, I sat in my chair by the window and cried. But not because of what he said. I cried because I realized how far I'd come, and how I was allowing myself to shrink again. The next morning, I sent him a message. "Don't come over anymore. I need space. Real space." He didn't reply. And honestly, I didn't need him to. Since that day, I've reclaimed pieces of myself I forgot were there. I joined a painting class. I redecorated my living room. I even started traveling alone, something I'd always been afraid to do. In Florence, I sat under the Tuscan sun and painted for hours. No interruptions. No apologies. I'm not too much. I'm just enough, for the life I want now.